This beautiful poinsettia painting done by, I believe it's Gail Kopic, is the piece that I'm going to be using as inspiration for the next painting events I have in Old Town and Waterville at Governor's Restaurant. And to get that together, I spent quite a bit of time getting the colors mixed. First of all, I'm working on the red on the flower, which is really a lot lighter than you'd think it is. And so I've got this pinkish red here, which is too pink. I've got that right there. So I've got a little more white. And I'm going to put a little orange in there. I'm going to put a little more, I'm going to take this pink, put it in here. Mix this up a little bit. See if we can get a little bit closer. This color I have now is just a little bit too light, and this one's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to probably put the two of those together and they should be pretty close to the red that I'm looking for. It didn't come out quite right. The red was still a little bit too pink, so I'm taking half of it and adding just red, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Whenever I have something in a picture that needs to be really dark and it looks like black, but I can get away with maybe not using black, I like to take all the dark colors that I have and put them together, and that will wind up with something in this, like this, that's not exactly black, but it's dark enough that it will serve the purpose to create the contrast that I'm looking for. That way I get this really dark color that doesn't take away from the vibrancy of the other colors, which sometimes happens with black. The pink that's in this flower is actually really, really pale. Maybe a little bit warm, but almost white in some places. So I will probably take this pink that I was mixing up and put a little bit of it into the white. That worked pretty well. I got a really nice pale pink, but to warm it up a little bit, I've just added a kind of dirty orange to the mix. And now I'm going to go on to putting together a yellow to use for the interior section there. This yellow is a little intense, so I'll probably take some of that orangey brown that I used in the pink to kind of dull it up. I have these two shades of green already mixed up, so I will probably give it a try and see if I can get away with just using those. Rather than waste some good paper, I've got some used paper, and it's a little bit smaller, but it'll be good enough for me to just kind of test out the relationships of the colors. I'll start with a little bit of yellow to represent that center. The idea is to use a painting as something to be inspired by, something to go from, but not to get too worried about, copying things exactly. I filled those all in with a light pink, but I'm thinking that I'm probably going to add a little bit more white to them. I think that it will be a little bit lighter. I added a few of the medium shade of pink and started to overlap a little bit. So those colors are pretty similar. Yeah, so I just did the same shape that I did with the leaves, with the line down the middle and then maybe a little bit of point, and you're just tucking that in here and there around the pink flowers, and I'm just going to put some of the light green to fill them in. So I have the light green, looks okay, and then I squiggled in a little bit of green in the center. The piece looks a lot different once the background gets in there, that nice dark background. It makes it much more dramatic. Whenever I'm in a paint and sip type situation, time is of the essence. Kind of try to simplify things, make it fun. So I just took the different shades of pink and added in a little veining. It's something that you could take, quite a long time to do really carefully, or you can just kind of put it on there. And a little highlight, maybe on the centers here, like I said, put that little bit of highlight on there. That sets things up nicely. So there you have it. I think that's something that everybody can do for sure and have a good time. Thank you.